Hey, what's up guys? This is Harper Thompson, and this is what's in my BP2 disc golf bag. I'll start off with the X Series distance drivers. First off, I have a 400 Series X2. It's a very reliable, overstable distance driver that gets a nice hyzer finish. I can put it out there on a hyzer and it'll hold it the entire way and glide to the left. If I throw it flat, it'll go straight and finish left. If I turn it over, it'll hold it, flex out, and finish left. Next up is my X4. It's one of my newest favorite discs. It's a great utility disc for the woods. I can put it on a slight hyzer, and it'll flip up to just a gliding push hyzer that'll fight the entire way, go about 350 feet. I use this a lot in the woods or a tight tunnel. My most overstable D-Series distance driver is a 400 Series D2. This is the newest run. It's slightly swirly. It's very overstable. I can leave it out to the right on a flat or a slight anhyzer line. It'll hold it and then finish left really soon. It's a very overstable disc. My go-to driver is my 450 Series D2. It's very reliable. It goes very straight, has a slight finish, goes about 350 feet. Any hole where I'm throwing a driver, it's most likely going to be with my 450 Series D2. I really love it. Next up is my 400G D3. This flies on a very straight neutral line. I can throw it flat, and it'll turn over to the right and then come back left. Gets pretty good distance. I use it when I have a tighter tunnel and I don't have much room to work with. Next up, I have an Air D1. This is a nice utility disc. I only throw it for long distance backhands, going for a lot of distance, not really worried about throwing on a line, a tight line, more just worried about getting down the fairway. Or forehand. I have kind of a weak forehand. I can throw this maybe up to 300 feet. I can throw it on a slight hyzer, it'll flip up, and then finish right at the end. Very neutral forehand flying disc. Next up is my 400G D4. This is my understable distance driver. I can release it on a slight hyzer, it'll flip to flat and turn, or I can put it down on a really long roller. This is a nice understable gliding distance driver. Next up is my fairway driver lineup. My most overstable fairway driver is a 400 Series F1. This is new to my bag. I didn't really throw it before, but now I really love it for flex forehands. I can turn it over, it'll flatten out and finish right pretty hard. Or on a backhand line, I can leave it on a hyzer the entire way, rely on a skip. It's just very overstable and predictable. Next up is a 400 Series F3. This one's a little bit lighter weight. It's 165 and it's very beat up. I can release this on slight hyzer shots that flip up to flat and get a slight turn. It's a pretty neutral flying disc if I just need to throw it dead straight in the woods, or maybe like a hyzer flip up to flat. It's a really great disc for that. One of the most understable discs in my bag is a 750 F7. This one's really understable. I can throw it for rollers, hyzer flip up to turns, or just long gliding anhyzers. It's a nice flippy disc. Also like throwing it for forehand. It'll flip up, go straight, and then finish a little bit left. Very controllable. I can always rely on it in the woods or just on a tight line. For mid-ranges, my most overstable mid-range is a 400 Series M1. This one's 179. It's very reliable. It's very overstable. I can put it out there flat or with a slight anhyzer. It'll hold it and then finish decently left at the end. It's a nice hard finish, nice little skip. Good overstable disc to fight the wind. Next up is my 400 Series M3. This is basically a slightly less overstable version of my 400 M1. It goes very straight for most of the flight and then just has a slight fade. Very predictable, slightly overstable, good in a slight headwind. Next up is my 400G M2. This is my longest flying neutral mid-range. what I can throw this on is a slight hyzer to flip up flat, and it goes straight the entire way and maybe finishes a little bit left. It goes really far, really glidey, great mid-range to have. My most understable mid-range is a 400 series M2. This one's pretty understable. I can release it on a hyzer, it'll flip up flat, and then turn right for the rest of the flight. This one's just really understable. I can even put it down for a roller if I need to. For putt and approach discs, I have a 300 series A2. This is a very overstable approach disc. I can always rely on it to throw forehand or backhand. I can throw it out there flat and high. I can always rely on it to spike. Won't get any skip in this 300 series plastic. Beats in really nice. One of my favorite approach discs. Next up is my 400 series PA3. This is used for my slightly overstable to straight putt and approach shots. I can throw it out there flat, it'll glide really far and just have a slight finish. Very controllable, just slightly overstable. Next up, I have a moderately beat-in 350G PA3. What I like to use this for is slight hyzer flip up to flat shots. It goes pretty straight if I throw it a little softer, and on a hyzer, it's nice and beat in, so slightly understable. Great for the woods or a tight line. Next up is the most beat up disc I've ever owned. This thing has seen a lot in its days. It's a 300 series PA4, super beat up. I can release this on extreme hyzers that'll flip up to flat and still turn. I can put it on putter rollers or long jump putts. If I'm within 80 feet, I'm pretty confident I'll hit metal with this disc. It just flies dead straight when I put a little bit of spin on it. It's great for long spin putts. Lastly, I'm putting with 350G PA1s at 172 and 170. Right now I don't really have a favorite. I'm just kind of putting with both of them. They're the best putter I've ever used. Any good round I've had, any win I've had, I can always owe it to this disc. I mean, any putt I've made, it's been with the 350G PA1. I love it so much. It has a great feel in the hand, great slight hyzer finish putt disc, really good for my spin putt. I love it. I'd really like to thank Prodigy Disc for all the support they've given me. I wouldn't be where I am without them. So, thanks for watching.